Nightmares can be really interesting because depending on what kind of nightmares they are, nightmares are really a blessing in disguise. Um, they can be extremely transformative, and they can allow you to enter parts of your subconscious mind that you were not aware of previously. They give you a sense of, it's really like a fire alarm in your house, or the emergency warning that we all get on our iPhones. They're there to warn you and to jolt you and to make you move and shake the way that you're supposed to, the way the spirit intended you to. They are probably some of the most powerful dreams and some of the most profound messages that we can receive within the dream realm, only because they tap into those emotions. If we're having any problems in our waking life, we can truly use our nightmares as a catalyst to solve those issues, especially if you're a person that calls on your spirit team quite often for help and for guidance, and you're asking them to give you clarity. Sometimes it might come in the form of a nightmare. Sometimes nightmares can also happen because you are completely unaware of the amount of self-sabotage that is happening in your life right now because you're just on autopilot. Other times it could be because of the frequency that you are surrounding yourself with and the things that you are consuming through all 5 of the senses. It could be because of something you ate right before you went to sleep. There's a whole host of reasons. But today, what we're going to talk about and what we're going to focus on is, regardless of the reason why you're having a nightmare, it is always something to jumpstart an alertness within you, or a sense of knowing or realization, to jumpstart your accountability, to jumpstart your self-awareness, honestly, so that you can move in the direction that you were meant to move in and that you were called to move into. Of course, we do have free will, but if you're a person that is asking for guidance, sometimes your guidance can absolutely come in the form of a nightmare, especially if it's something that's really, really pressing that needs to change immediately. Also, what I've noticed over my years of decoding dreams, decoding nightmares specifically, this really has to come from a sense of knowing that you have within yourself. Really all dreams, but specifically nightmares is what we're talking about today. Nightmares, there's no book, there's no online source that can really pinpoint exactly what a dream symbol means. Now, sometimes you can look up symbology of certain things and they can help and assist with knowing what the dreams are about, but not in this case. I actually, because nightmares are so specific, and especially the nightmares where it is prophetic, or I like to call them like the discerning nightmares, where it's literally trying to give you a sense of discernment in your waking life. There's no book. You have to be able to cultivate that space within where you're able to say, okay, I know exactly what this means, or I know exactly where this is coming from, so that you can make those changes in your life. Not only that, but with any dream, I would say it is a little bit, it can be tricky once you start using symbology, online symbology, symbology that you're finding online or in books and things like that. Now, if it's the reason why I say this is because if you're a person that already studies symbology, your dream might be talking to you through the symbols that you already would recognize. So if you've ever watched the show Crashbox, it's like a children's show that used to come on HBO. I used to watch that as a kid. There used to be this segment of the show that was like you would have to decode. It was like a pictogram kind of thing, and you would have to decode what it was saying. Like there would be words and pictures, and you would have to decode what the phrase was. And so I kind of like to think of dreams like that. Sometimes dreams can be like pictograms, or some dreams are prophetic. You can take them literally. But a lot of times nightmares, I want to say all the time, whether it's a nightmare because of something you're watching, eating, or the frequencies that you're around, and it's just that might not have anything to do necessarily with an action that you have to take in your waking life, but it might literally just be, hey, okay, this isn't good for my body. I shouldn't be eating this. Maybe watching these things before I go to sleep isn't the greatest. Maybe staying the night at this person's house might not be the best thing. Maybe we should get another hotel because this is kind of weird, that type of thing. It could also be, now there's also nightmares that you would have that, you know, everything is fine. There wasn't anything necessarily that you would have immediately triggered the nightmare, like say a food per se. And I'm just giving you like just an example. Although nightmares can get really deep, I'm just gonna keep it kind of simple so that I can explain it the best way that I can, because a lot of times when channeling this information or explaining it in the English language on how to decode dreams, it can be difficult, because you are literally decoding chaos and the subconscious mind of not only yourself but also of the collective at times. So sometimes dreams could portray certain images in order to wake you up out of whatever you've been doing that's out of alignment. Specifically, if there is a lot of water in your dream, spirit is so tricky, because a lot of times when you are out of alignment, they're just like, you know what? They're not listening. You know, we're giving them every sign out the wazoo, and they're still not listening. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to scare that ass, because that's literally the only way that they're actually going to get it. And sometimes you just have a dream just like, what the heck? What does that even mean? Like, why would am I doing something wrong? That's the exact reaction that they're looking for. They need something that's going to wake you up so that you can see, okay, oh, and this does not mean this. I don't want anyone to take this and apply this to their dreams. I'm just giving you just a random example. Oh, and here's another thing too. When you wake up, you'll sometimes wake up and think about the dream that you just had, or replay the dream in your head. Maybe some of you might even write your dreams down. You're thinking, oh, actually this dream wasn't even that scary, but in the moment in your dream you felt scared. That is something also important to notate as well, because that's another a way that you can know that that is a message that is for you. Say for instance, there's an alligator that's chasing me, but the alligator is eating a cucumber while it's chasing me. Okay, oh, do you have a father figure that loves to eat cucumbers, or loves to eat some sort of melon all the time? Are they scary to you? Okay, I know this might sound weird, but although you put a sign on your cucumbers and you told everyone in your household not to eat your cucumbers, your dad is gonna eat them because he thinks that it's a joke and he doesn't really care about the note. I mean, it could literally be anything, you know? So I guess the point that I'm trying to make is It could be anything from warnings and premonitions to things that you actively need to change in your waking life, to just simple things as in, oh, not eating that pepperoni before bed because that gives me bad dreams. So funny because I literally have on a shirt that's the color of a pepperoni. Anyway, I just wanted to come on here and share that. If you have any questions about nightmares or a specific nightmare that you're having trouble with, or that's just sitting on you really, really hard, that is something that's really important that you need to decode for yourself. Something, if it's a dream that's either reoccurring or a dream that you're constantly thinking about while you're awake, you're like, what did that dream even mean? That's of very high value to your everyday life. That is a message that is of very high value, and you should attempt to decode it immediately. If you would like some assistance decoding your dreams, you can always email me at eastteatree.com, or you can just leave it in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to decode your dream for you.